Loved by many and hated by many, Zimbabwean millionaire Sir Wicknell Chivayo meets Uganda President 80-year-old Yoweri Museveni, infamous for passing a law that punishes aggravated homosexuality with the death penalty. Now, what do we know about Yoweri Museveni, and what deals does he have with Sir Wicknell Chivayo? Yoweri Museveni, an army general who ruled Uganda for half his life, that is 40 years. In 1972 and 1973, he participated in the removal of Idi Amin. After that, in 1980, he lost an election. Following losing the election, he unified the opposition and started a war. After the decisive battle of Kampala, Museveni was sworn in as president in 1986. In 1991, he is elected OAU chairperson. Then he rules Uganda for 10 years without an election. His first elected term would come in the year 1996, following an election of that year in Uganda. Then, the year 2016, controversy arises when he appoints his wife as Minister of Education and Sports. Again, more controversy in March 2024 when he appoints his son to Army Chief. Now we see him in a meeting with Wicknell Chivayo. What did they talk about and what were they doing? Now Wicknell Chivayo doesn't waste time. He writes it all on Twitter, x.com, in a very, very, very long post. And it reads, "The Peel of Africa. I was most honored yesterday after paying my first courteous visit to His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the President of the Republic of Uganda, at the State House in Kampala. The warm and hospitable reception that I received from the head of state led to the true realization of our shared parentage as Africans and inseparable bond that unites us. The nuggets of wisdom shared by General M7, as he is affectionately known, immediately confirmed his rare character as an exceptional statesman, a nationalist leader par excellence, and unifier. His gesture of extending a warm welcome to young Zimbabweans, businessmen, and sparing time between your busy schedule to attentively listen, counsel, and guide me in the endeavor to expand my business interests in East Africa is not only exceptional, but demonstrates remarkable attributes and astute leadership. During my short but remarkable stay in Kampala, I am significantly impressed by the modern and rapid infrastructure development which places Uganda in its rightful position as the Pearl of Africa. I was also fascinated by the President's comprehension of the fundamental role that ICT plays in the 21st century in building a digitally enabled society through technology-based empowerment. Under President Museveni, the Ugandan government has developed a digital Uganda vision as part of its Vision 2040, under which modern technology is set to achieve the goals of universal inclusion, sustainable development, and economic progress. The economic vision is well aligned with His Excellency President E.D. Mnangagwa's Vision 2030 objective of achieving a fully digitalized upper-middle income economy by 2030 in Zimbabwe. Indeed, great minds think alike. I was most delighted to note Uganda's interest in welcoming investors in the digital space in order to improve internet penetration in the country. Uganda is a strategic market in which substantial investment in digital technologies can be deployed in order to improve 5G internet accessibility at highly competitive prices. I have the greatest confidence that my visit and fruitful engagements shall yield into multi-million-dollar investment in the telecommunications and technology sector in Uganda. I am grateful for the opportunity to present my interests in Uganda and considerable prospects in the massive digital solutions that will accelerate internet access and promote technological developments in Uganda. Then he puts hashtags there. So according to his post here, he was presenting his prospects to the president of Uganda. And remember, he is meeting the president of Uganda straight up, directly. Now, the thing is, how does one get to meet a president of a state? Now, access opportunities and points of access obviously are varied between a millionaire and an ordinary citizen. But again, there has been speculation that Chivayo is President ED's front. However, we have known Wicknell Chivayo to be doing his deals or to be a dealer long before we knew of his association with President ED. Now we see him trying to invest in the digital space in Uganda. Is it because of the Zimbabwe Starlink deal? Did he get that idea from that Starlink? Anyways, there is also speculation that Neville Muchangwa wanted to be Starlink's supplier, or was rather a Starlink satellite pirater, in that he procured Starlink satellites for resale in Zimbabwe. Anyways, Starlink works in Zimbabwe right now, even when not yet approved, because it's internet coming straight from the heavens. I'm talking about space stations or satellites that are in Earth's orbit. Satellites, not space stations, right? So it's direct wherever you are in this world, as long as you have a Starlink satellite. Now in Zimbabwe, owning a Starlink satellite was illegal or is illegal, but that doesn't mean it does not work. Now, in other nations where there is no portras, there may be legal loopholes for one to be operating that Starlink services, also using Starlink as a backhaul service for a broadband service provision, not necessarily selling the Starlink kits to the people.